Okay, we're on. Who do we got? I see somebody else is here. Is that you, Allison? You're here, sort of. Well, sort of is better than I can expect for others. So, how's your day been? So, what did you do? Well, what did you do all day? Yeah, I'm trying to strike up a conversation. Will you just. Well, I'm actually going to reinstitute it into more thread, Mike. And you are probably the most famous person to be on here. Did you know that? I said most famous. That doesn't mean you're famous. But I do watch your videos once in a while, so. So, how's everything over on the toy end? Since I'm technically a gaming channel. Well, at least you can actually get people to do that. My collection is floundering really bad because I'm trying to turn this into a full blown business. So all my money's going to it, and then stuff like this happens where the print is messed up. Well, I'm not actually. Don't think I'm going to be doing any painting today, but it's miniatures that I've designed myself, and I have the incredibly cheap Easy Seed uh, K10 3D printer. But this is the stuff that I make like this. But by far, this is the best print I have had of this. So I've just got to break it apart and then re-glue it, and we'll be good. Uh, Honestly, when I originally designed it, um, I built it for a role playing game called, actually, a war game called Stargrave. And I built a big version out of garbage pieces and Tupperware. And when I decided to do this, I kind of wanted to put that ship in the game. So I got on the CAD program and designed one. But yeah, the Last Starfighter was kind of where I was getting an idea when it came to the cockpit. That starship is one that I designed a long time ago, though. That fighter. I built that back, what, my daughter was 2, so That would be about 20 years ago. 19 to 20. What do you think of this one? That's a Griffin fighter. It can be, but it can also be really annoying. I'm thinking about making them large enough that you possibly use them with. I'm actually thinking about making it so you could do anywhere from 3.5 to 6 inch if you printed it out yourself. But I want to get the game that I'm working on done first. So that's going to be a bit. That's going to be a horrible spot. Oh, well, I can fill that in with green stuff. Yeah, I've got quite a few different ones on here. That's the hummingbird. Uh, Bad guy claw fighter. Blink dog subspace hunter. Here's one of my favorites, the Dragon class destroyer. It's one of my larger ones. Yeah, but there's plenty of people out there that would be downright mad at you for doing that. I mean, most of the guys I know that actually own 3D printers are miniature gamers, and they really don't like dealing with that part of it. Okay, I'll have to glue that together in a minute. Let's get this cleaned up. But yeah, I'm saving all this sprue stuff so that's left over so I can use it later to when I get an extruder, I'll make everything. Yeah, honestly, it's worth getting one. No matter what your hobby is, it's just that wargaming is the biggest thing right now. Mostly because everybody's trying to piss off Games Workshop, which let's do it. Yeah, it's always good to recycle, especially when I get a better printer than one I've got. I'm planning on doing a bunch of stuff with PETG, and that means I can recycle plastic bottles. Yeah, most gamers now are definitely into the idea of pissing off Games Workshop. Mostly because they've been pissing us off so long, it's time for us to start pissing them off back. Them and Hasbro. You know, I love Hasbro's action figures. I hate the way they're handling Dungeons and Dragons. Of course, I don't really like the way they're handling their own properties either. I mean, Transformers are by nature 75 millimeter scale. And instead of making an old role playing game and telling people, hey, you can use the Transformer action figures in your game, and making miniatures that are G.I. Joes and having two games that can be played together. No, we're going to license it out to a company that doesn't even know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, that was one of my biggest complaints over the last couple of years is what them licensing it out when they should have been making it themselves. Where's my scissors at? There's a pair. But, you know, I'm also very frustrated by everything going over to 6-inch scale. When 3 1/4 inch, we would actually once in a while get a ship or a play set. Now that it's 6-inch, we're lucky if we get anything. And G.I. Joe going over to 6-inch, oh man, does that make me mad. G.I. Joe should stay between either you do the 12-inch or you do in the 3 1/4 inch with high articulation. You don't make it 6 inches just because you really want to charge people too much money. Even though it's cheaper than Marvel Legends or Star Wars. Yeah, but still, it doesn't change the fact that it's taking all the fun out of it. I mean, honestly, if Hasbro and Mattel had wanted to keep the kids happy, they should have stuck with 3 1/4 inch instead of switching over to 6-inch. At least that way, the kids would have play sets and vehicles once in a while. One of the reasons why Ninja Turtles continues to be popular is because they're at that 5-inch scale that's still easy enough to create new vehicles for. I mean, you got both the younger kids and the adult collectors both really interested in your line. Let's do everything. I am very impressed with some of the other ones, like the new Action Force has been really cool. I mean, it's G.I. Joe without Hasbro. Wow. And then there's people like me who are currently working on a way to actually make printable action figures so you can make your own action figure. Of course, that's never been popular in the U.S. Building your own stuff. Otherwise, Gunpla would be a hell of a lot more popular. I completely understand both Mystic and Cosmic Legions. Anybody loving those, they are beautiful. I wish I could afford them. I especially would have liked to have gotten that Battle Cat humanoid Battle Cat. That was awesome. It's also Lord of the Rings without uh, playmates or Games Workshop for that matter. Oh yeah, that dragon was awesome. But man, that price tag was vicious. And the worst part about it is, I hate saying it, but it's how toy companies work. Now that they have the mold for it and the designs for it complete, do you know how much cheaper it's going to be for them to produce it on a reprint? Because that's what that company does. They do reprints every few years. They give you the FOMO, and then a few years later, they do it again. Honestly, I've long since thought that toy companies need to drop the whole FOMO thing. Okay. Now, that is the best looking version of that I have. Even with that green line, once I paint it, it'll look great. Okay. Since I'm pretty sure you've not watched one of the earlier videos, let me show you the squid ships. There's the cuttlefish and the standard squid. I am so shocked that they worked as well as they did. Yeah, I've designed all the ships here. It's where my background actually is. I'm a 3D artist. It's one of the reasons why I've been working with designing designing printable action figures. Eventually, I will get it out and actually do a test on it. And I've just been trying to figure out the joints. That's where the biggest problem with action figures are, period, is the joints. This is one of my, no, not that one. This one's one of my favorite ones of my designs. It's too big in the printout, but Well, I will let you know. I mean, having somebody who does a YouTube channel when you're trying to do something like that, especially a toy guy like you, that's actually a really good thing. So yeah, I will let you know. Hell, I'd love to. You got a Facebook account, right? Okay, well, I'll friend you on there, and I'll let you know. Well, Instagram. If you got a Facebook account, so you got an Instagram account. They don't let you have one or the other. If you're you do miniature gaming too, right? Actually, let's paint a couple of the ball ships. Well, I don't want to have to ask you to join the my Patreon because I'm not. I want people on the Patreon, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't have anything up there yet, but I could send you the STL files and have one. If you got any friends that'd be willing to do it, they could print out the miniatures for you, the ships. That way, you could decide if you want to resize them or not. These are so. Yeah, I will let you know. And since I'm about to release two sets, I've got my ball fighter set and my the set that's got this one in it. Uh, and I'm going to be this week working on the rules for the game, mostly doing the cards. Uh, I will let you know when stuff's done, and we'll get everything squared away so you can get a copy for test out and show off. And as we go along with my different designs and different things, you can show them off. I mean, like I know you're a collector, so yeah. Honestly, I found that Deeply is really good. It's just trying to get Amazon to send it to you is kind of a pain. But yeah, though, even if you never play the game, you can just have them sitting on your shelf, and they're cool looking little ships. I love the hell out of the ones I've designed. Uh, Hope you don't mind having to paint them yourself because I am not doing the other thing, the printer, so it switches colors. I don't think I'll ever do that one. This is the last of the painted ones I've got. That's the Hippogriff. It's a bomber. As you can see, it's got little bomb tubes on the bottom. Oh, why is my workplace always such a mess. Oh yeah, that's right, because I'm a mess. You still there, Allison? Mike, Allison, Mike. She's my business partner in a lot of different other things. We're both writers, and we work together on a book series. The true origin of the human race and superheroes that have sprung out because of it. They're basically dark fantasy stuff, dark science fiction fantasy. I write the Beast Cat books. She writes the main series. Put that on there and let that dry for a bit. And I had another green besides this. Let's go with refractive. A long time ago. Kind of lost interest in it pretty quickly, honestly. They were all right, but they made some of my stuff look normal. Really weird. Cool. Maybe you should film that, put that on your channel. That would be something that I think your fans might be interested in. Yeah, I reason I'm doing shows on Sunday instead of Saturdays is because one, it makes more sense, and two, uh, uh, Saturdays I like to go over to my best friend's house, and we were supposed to do something this weekend, but I didn't feel good yesterday, so we canceled till next week. Have a bonfire and drink ourselves into a stupor, and probably play test the game that these are for. Where is my pin device at? Not that you can really see. I mean, all I got is this horrible web camera that doesn't even zoom, and I probably wouldn't do zoom with it anyways. I hold it out too much further in front of myself. I can't see it well enough to actually do anything. Yeah, I get that. I used to watch all kinds of the other gamer guys, but right now I'm completely well. Actually, I watched pretty much everybody's video today. Everybody that released a video today. I really need to make sure that those bumps stick out better. Use a failed print as a stand. It's far more horrible than it looked when I was printing it. Krylon coffee bean colored spray paint. I wonder if that would be any good as a primer. Yeah, it's Vallejo. Best paint I've ever found. I was very upset when the big controversy happened, and I was worried I wasn't going to be able to get more. Luckily, they finally pulled their heads out of their butts and started paying their employees better. Just wish more American companies could learn to do the same. Well, that's what happens when you let idiots take over everybody's companies. I mean, nobody who used to work for Microsoft should be running a toy company. Yet, look at Hasbro. Next time it will be Tuesday, probably at 9:15, maybe 9:30. I don't know. I have an easier time with 9:30, my time, which is Mountain Time. So let's see here. You're Midwestern time, so that would be 10:30. Yeah, Central. So it would be 10:30. Yeah, Allison's on the East Coast. Another girl who comes in on a regular basis, Effie, she's also Central like you. But a lot of the time, it's far more boring than the. Well, actually, this isn't exactly exciting, but sometimes I'll actually show what I'm working on the computer, but I've been trying to get away from that because you're showing all your tricks and stuff when you do that. But I'm probably the only person that does teach people how to do that online. That isn't completely, oh, we're going to school you about it. Yeah, brainstorming. That's usually when we get the most people on too. Mostly because you and me just sit there and rattle stuff off. Have a good one, Mike. I'll be heading off myself here pretty soon. I'm usually only on an hour. Yeah, that makes me happy. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this one and we're gonna call it a night, Allison. What do you think? I think I need to actually make those nodules stand out more. Well, it's a bullshit. What do you want it to look like? Teenage wasteland. Teenage wasteland. That's it for 24. It was nice of him to be here tonight. Purple brain, purple brain. Well, I think it's time to call it a night. I've got the right mouse to do it, so close it off about 4 minutes early. Oh well. I had to go to bed early tonight anyways because I got to work tomorrow. I get off here and take care of my own stuff, and we'll see y'all later. Good night.